Hello, welcome to the Villages, Florida. My name is David. I'm a realtor with Florida Realty Investments, and every week I take a close look at the real estate market here in the Villages. I'm going to orient you as to where the Villages is located. We are in Central Florida. The map you're looking at is showing you all active listings on the MLS as of today. Size of the circle denotes the size of the home, and the color of the circle denotes its price per square foot. That will be the case for all these maps that I show you, and you can see that it does indeed locate each home individually. The Villages is a 55 plus community. We have golf courses spread throughout, championship and executive. We have recreation, shopping, dining, and live entertainment in four town squares every night of the week. If you want to know what's happening to the real estate market here, what long term trends are, where properties are selling, where they aren't selling, this is the show for you. I'm going to break the Villages into four distinct geographic regions so you can compare between them. And a couple of things to note, the Villages has two distinct real estate marketplaces, the MLS and the VLS. The VLS is the Village's own internal marketplace. It's the only place you'll find new listings, but pre-owned homes are both on VLS and MLS. So if you're a buyer and you're only seeing VLS or you're only seeing MLS, you're only seeing about half of the properties available for sale. All of the information I'm presenting here is drawn from the MLS. The other point is that we produce this show every Monday. Make sure you check the date to ensure you're getting the most recent information. And as you look at this video, you get some sense as to the wide variety of homes available here. But it's worth noting that whether you have the least expensive home or the most expensive home, you have the same use of the amenities: golf, pickleball, recreation centers, swimming pools, etc. If you need to reach me, I can be reached either at DavidisinFlorida.com or DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. Be happy to help you with any questions you have. If you're a buyer looking for a good deal, I think you'll find our data-driven approach will help you find one. And if you're a seller, I think you'll find our approach will help you justify the highest reasonable asking price. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at what's happening in the Villages real estate market this week. So as usual, we start by taking a look at total listings, which this week jumped very slightly to 580 total active listings. But I think it's worth noticing this point. I looked at the last 180 days, and over that time period, there were 970 total sales. But the number of homes that were either temporarily off the market or canceled or withdrawn or expired, in other words, taken off the market without selling, totaled 449. So 449 homes were removed from the market and only 970 homes sold, almost half as many homes taken off the market without selling. Here we look at how long the median time on the market is for all active MLS listings as of today: 68 days, down very slightly over the last few weeks, but you can see that this year is certainly not an improvement on prior years. This is the median price per square foot for all MLS active listings this week. Finally, we drop below 250 a foot. We're at 249.56. This is the lowest level we've ever seen. Yeah, I've zoomed in over the last year to give you some perspective as to what the rate of change is, and you can see that the price per square foot has definitely been dropping at an accelerating pace over the last 2 months or so. I've divided the villages into four geographic areas, give you some perspective as to where activity is taking place. On the maps you're looking at, all active listings are shown. The size of the circle denotes the size of the home. Larger the circle, larger the home. And the color of the circle denotes its price per square foot. The brighter the circle, the more expensive per square foot. This is the north. This is everything south of 42 and north of 466. This is part of the older part of the villages, and this week there are 269 active listings in this area. The second area is the area I refer to as the mid-north. This is everything south of 466 and north of 466A. This is commonly referred to here as between the sixes. Still one of the most popular areas in the villages because of its central location and proximity to so many amenities. This week, 157 active listings. Third area I'm referring to as the Mid-South. We're getting into the newer part of the villages now. 62 active listings this week. This is the area south of 466A and north of Highway 44. And the final area is the newest part of the villages. This is the south. This is everything south of Highway 44. This is the direction of the village's growth, and this week, 92 active listings. Yeah, you can see a summary of activity. We're looking at north, mid-south, and south, and you can see how many active listings there are as of today in each of the four areas. You can also see how many homes went pending over the last 60 days and how many sold over the last 60 days. If the number is an increase from the previous week, it's highlighted in green. If it's a decrease from the previous week, it's highlighted in red. Going to take a slightly deeper look at active MLS listings this week. Here we're looking at total listings, 580. You can see the size range, smallest, largest, and median size. Similar information for current prices and per foot prices. This is the same information I just showed you, number of listings, size ranges, price ranges, and per foot ranges, but I've broken it out by the regions that I described earlier. You can get some sense as to how size differs between the regions and price per square foot. Obviously, price is going to be a big factor as well. Interesting to note that the Mid-South currently has the most expensive home listed on the MLS. Yeah, you can see what prices are popular in the villages. You're looking at MLS listings broken down by price, 580 total listings. 208 of those are between three and $400,000. There is no property between 1,250,000 and 1,500,000 this week. I do focus a lot on price per square foot on this show. It is important to note, though, that price per square foot does not capture some of the value differentials here. There are things that are valued by villagers, such as privacy and views and location. Price per square foot does not capture that data. But here you can see how many listings there are in each of the price per square foot buckets. The 225 to 250 price range and the 250 to 275 a square foot price ranges have almost the identical number of listings this week and are by far the most prevalent prices you'll find here. If you're trying to buy a home of a certain age, for example, you might be looking to buy a new home or you might be looking to buy an older home that you can renovate to your own tastes. You can see the year of construction of the listings being offered, both for the villages as a whole on the right and for the regions of the villages on the left. And looking at this graph, it's apparent that construction began in the north and has been growing south ever since. The south now an increasing number of active MLS listings. Yeah, we keep track of what happened over the last 7 days. The graph is a smooth 4 week average, and I will show you the actual weekly data points next. But you can see the number of new listings, the red line, and the number of homes going pending, the blue line. Obviously, if new listings exceed pending home sales, inventory will grow, and vice versa. The number of homes going pending did increase over the last few weeks, although, as I'll show you next, things are changing. If you find this information valuable, please consider liking the video or even better, subscribing to the channel. We really would appreciate it. This is the actual weekly data. You can see the difference between new listings and homes going pending. If the reading is above the red line, which is the zero line, that means more homes went pending than were listed. You can see that over the last 7 days, there were four more new listings than homes going pending. If you're curious about new listings, this map shows you the location of the 49 new listings last week. That is over the last 7 days. Once again, size of the circle, size of the home, brighter the circle, more expensive per square foot. And this maps the location of the 45 homes that went pending over the last 7 days. Get some idea as to where recent activity was focused. This graph is showing you the median time on the market for the homes that went pending over the last 7 days. This is a smooth 4 week average, and it has jumped to 64 days on the market. Interestingly, the week over week change for the days on the market went from 35 days to 71 days from the previous week to last week. The highest level we ever saw was 84 days on the 14th of July of this year. Here we look at the price at which the homes that went pending over the last 7 days went pending. The median price per square foot, the 4 week average is 244.23, which is an improvement, obviously, looking at this graph. Actual data point went from 239.90 the previous week to 253.61 last week. Quite an impressive jump. So now let's take a look at the homes that actually closed over the last 7 days. 33 is the 4-week average. I'll give you the exact data points in a few minutes. You can form your own impression as to the direction of this graph, but I'm going to show you in the next graph on a week-by-week basis how this year compares to previous years. Before we get to that graph, though, let me show you this map. This map is showing you the location of the 37 homes that closed on the MLS real estate marketplace last 7 days. People often ask me when a good time to buy or sell in the villages is seasonally. Here we've mapped sales on a week-by-week basis for the last couple of years. You can see the red line representing 2025, the blue line is 2024. We were at almost 60 sales per week several weeks ago. We're below that now. Last week there were 37 sales. This graph is smoothed to a 4-week average. You can see the last 3 years. The red line once again is 2025. We are very closely matching the sales level activity of previous years, but it's important to note that there are more properties in the villages every single year, so we need to see higher sales levels over time, or else inventory will be a problem. Yeah, we're looking at how long the homes that closed last week were on the market. This is a 4-week average. It is 63 days. In actual fact, it increased week over week from 60 and a half days to 70 days. The highest that we'd ever seen was 76 days on the 21st of July of this year. But this 63 days is the highest 4-week average we've ever seen. This is the price at which the homes that closed over the last 7 days closed. The median price per square foot was 223 a foot. This is the lowest level we've ever seen. It actually dropped week over week from 245 a foot to 223 a foot. And the 4-week average, which was 234.50 a foot, was also the lowest we've ever seen. Now we'll look at listings once again. We're looking at what percentage of listings have reduced their asking price from the original asking price. 58.97% have. This graph does show some small improvement, but as I pointed out innumerable times over the last several months, the increase from less than half of homes having a price reduction from the original asking price rose quite dramatically this year. And here we look at the actual reduction. This is the median percentage reduction from the original asking price, just barely over 4.5%, the median price reduction for all MLS active listings this week. If you're a buyer and you're trying to find a good deal here in the villages, or you're a seller and you're trying to maximize your return in a reasonable period of time, please reach out to me at either DavidisinFlorida.com or DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. I'll be happy to research properties for you, answer questions about life in Central Florida or life in the villages itself. If you have any questions, once again, DavidisinFlorida.com, DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. Hope to hear from you. Take care.